Well, hello. I believe we're live, hopefully. This is a change. Singapore, it is. And not the best turnout, but is what it is. It's a dry start, so that's good. Let me just sort this out before we start qualifying. That is not what I wanted to do. Okay, so I'm gonna have to get used to all this spectator menus and stuff, but hopefully should be okay. Only 11 drivers, so to be fair, starting at the back might not be too bad, but we'll see how it goes. First on the track looks like it's going to be Jay Fletcher. Seemed very quick in the past few races, and he's definitely one looking to make a title challenge. How do I change the camera? There we go. At the moment, it is his teammate that's leading the championship on 72 points. He's got a 12-point lead over Sambam Kid going into this race. Sambam's going to be looking to close that gap, hopefully, but we shall see. I'm told him to try to dry race, so that's good for me at least. I'm not going to be here for hours on end, but yeah. So, can I change it so I get tyres? Detail tyres. Yeah, I expect everyone to either be doing a installation lap on softs or going straight onto the hards for a few runs before going on to the mediums at the end. I want to change. No, I don't want. There we go. Right. But yeah, as I said, it's Leon that's going to be leading the challenge, and from what I've seen in practice, he does seem very quick around here. As usual, it looks like it's to be the McLarens that are the fastest. After all, they are leading the constructors by somewhat, by 18 points. So, I know with Ugi Azim obviously not turning up this week, it's going to be very difficult for Mercedes to catch the McLarens. But Black Phoenix has left. That's not ideal. Hopefully he can get back in. Yeah, on these hards, probably looking for a low 37, I want to say, for the top guys, and maybe, well, I think I won't spoil it, but I've seen Leon go a little bit faster than that, so we'll see what they do. But Jay, this is not Jay, never mind, let's go to Jay, because he is the furthest along the lap. He's just going onto the straight now, so we'll see what his first sector split is looking like on his first run, to see if he's got any sort of pace. 343. He's wrecked his front wing, actually. So, yeah. Of course, he's on 0 ERS. Of course, he's not pushing. Tusmore's... He is definitely pushing 4 on overtake, so we'll see what he can do. Of course, this is a race of endurance more than anything. Qualifying being very important because of the track position, but you're not going to make the end unless you can keep out of the walls, and that's not a good start from Jay Fletcher so far. We'll see what he does. Anyway, Tusman's coming up to the second sector split now, so we'll see what he can do. 1 minute 4.8. That is, well, it's purple because he's the only person that's gone through. I've got this app that I'm trying to use for the first time. I know Simo's used it before, but it sort of tracks everyone, so I get like a little track map and sectors and stuff. But the only problem with it is it only says player 100, player 102, so I can't exactly tell who people are. But what I do know is the guy in 7th, which is Leon, is purple in the first 2 sectors, so we'll see what time he's going to do. Tusman sets a 38.1, and we'll see what Leon can go. 37.4. So comfortable, 6 tenths quicker than everyone else so far. Let's go back down the grid, see who else is nearing the end of a lap. Tom AJ's not on a lap. Bretster, I believe that's how you say it. He's just starting the lap, so we'll leave that. F3 is... Ooh, he's a bit oversteery, but he's in there going through the middle set to see if there's anyone else quickly that's going to the end of the lap. Fran, he had a good title challenge for the first half of the season, and he goes into second with a 37.8, so not too bad from Fran. Where was he? With F3, he's going into the final sector now, so we'll see what times he can do. Very twisty section, I find. Especially this left, it is. Yeah, the left-hander there. Can you validate your time fairly easily, so... You know, it's a difficult track to get along with, but... 38.6 from F3 there, so... Sambum Kid, so I missed Sambum Kid. He's 37.9 first run, so not too bad. I think this is the point now. I don't think anyone's on a lap. Bretzer's, of course, he's on a lap. He's finishing his lap now, so we'll see where he goes. Oh, and that's the wall. Too happy on the throttle there. But yeah, I think that what we're going to see is people doing a lap and then potentially doing a cool down lap to save some ERS and then going back again, which I think... Oh, that's interesting. It's going to be Black Phoenix is on the softs, so it's actually on the mediums. Interesting. Oh, well, we'll stick with Black Phoenix, see what he does. So he can do in the middle sector split. 4.4, that puts him fairly close to the front runners, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, most people should be doing a cooldown, let's see their ERS, and then going for one more before pitting for the mediums, I would expect. Unless anyone wants to try the softs at the front and brave it out, but I know they do overheat quite a lot, so we'll see. This looks like a good lap from Black Phoenix, 37.7, slots into second. In with a 3/10 lead at the moment, so he's looking very comfortable. Right, as everyone's cooling down, I believe Jay is just starting his lap, so we'll go... No, that's not what I want to do. Go on board with Jay. See what he can do on these hard compound tyres. The least grippy of the range, but everyone's doing it to get a bit of experience before going on to the mediums, so we'll see what happens here. 26.8, now that I do think is a lot more competitive. In fact, it is. I'm pretty sure it's purple in the first sector. Yes, purple in the first for Jay. I know he's backed off. He hit the wall then. I wasn't looking. No, he must. Let's have a look. He invalidate it maybe. Where's Jay? Being blind. Jay invalidated. Yep. He's going for another run by the looks of it. 2 temps up in the first. We'll see if anyone else is a bit further on. Sambam Kid's on a cooldown. Leon's starting his lap, but we'll go on board with F3 because he's further on in the lap. Very close to the wall on the right before turning to the left-hander. What's the hairpin called? That Andy's hairpin or something like that. 4 temps up for F3, so he's looking to get into the 37s here on this lap. Here's the first sector, last sector now. Very neat around the tight chicanes underneath the tunnel into the right-hander. Looking very neat so far. Just got to keep it within the lines. This should see him potentially move ahead of Tusmos on this lap. Nice, last corner. Can you get into 37s? Not quite. 38.2. Not far behind Tusmos now, but let's see. It was Leon who was on his lap. And he's backed off. Okay. No mistakes happening. on these hard tyres, but Black Phoenix is on his run now. Going into this hairpin, whatever it's called. Notice he uses 3 on his ERS, which is different to what a lot of people use. Obviously, qualifying, you want to be running the absolute highest modes, but he's about half a tenth up in the middle sector, so he's looking for an improvement somewhat. Very nice, going through the chicanes. Very neat and tidy, and looking very quick as well. In the final corner, can he get anywhere? And then Leon is a slight improvement, 37.5 he does. Everyone else in the pit lane, Samuel Kidd is on a lap, he's at the end of the lap, he's nearly 3 tenths up, so we'll see what he does. Jay, 36.8, I did not see that time. Samuel Kidd pits, so Jay, very quick, both McLarens up there. I've seen Oogie in the chat. Not happy he's not there, I'm sure. We've had a lot of pace. And Oogie obviously very good on the tyres, so I'd like to have seen if he could have started on the softs maybe, but it's not to be. So, everyone just about at the end of their laps now, I'm assuming. No, he's not on the lap. Fran is just starting his lap now. Yes, he is. Going around the first corner, very easy to run off wide there and invalidate, but he keeps it well. The first sector can gain you a lot of time. Hopefully using a bit of overtake down the straight to wheel you along. We actually, oh yeah, here he goes to overtake, and we shall see what the first sector is. 26.7, and that is very quick, I'm pretty sure. That's what you can do in the middle sector now. So Brandon leaves, so hopefully that's nothing either. Looking very neat. Let's go a bit of broadcast camera. We can look at the rear end of Fran. That's a lovely sight. Going into the middle sector split now. 4.2. He is 4 tenths up, so looking for a low 37. Potentially going in second place here if he completes the lap. I think if he does complete the lap, he may struggle to get round. Oh, that's a bit of oversteer from Fran. He may struggle to get around to do a medium run, but we'll see. A lot of people at the back actually yet to set a time, so they're going to go straight for the mediums, or potentially starting the hards with so little people racing might not be a bad shout. Fran goes across the line, 37.6, puts him into P4. And I think, apart from Tuzmas, as Bretster retires, so he I think will be hoping for the hard compound strategy. On from the back. Tuzmas looks to be the only person left on the track that's not in the pits, apart from Fran on his cooldown. 26.8 from Tuzmas in the first sector, so he is slightly up on his time, but that's Bretster off the track, and that's put Tuzmas off. And that is unfortunate. That is unfortunate for that. So, is he gonna... Oh, that's interesting. He sets to the track, and that is the lap over. So, I think we're going to be in a bit of a waiting phase for the mediums to come out now. So. Looking at the gaps, Jay has got a very comfortable lead at the moment, and that, I've got to say, is a very competitive time. At 36.8 on the hards, he's going to be looking somewhere for a low 35 on the mediums, I do believe. But we shall see. Leon, can he get anywhere near? And can Black Phoenix potentially separate those McLarens that have been mighty fast all season? I know last race in Germany, the McLarens slipstreaming each other to gain them time. I don't think they'll be doing that at this track somehow. but we shall see. At the stream chat, let's have a look. 7 people watching. Incredible numbers. Right. The mediums are out then. It's fitted. Tyres fitted. Right. Everyone's out for the medium runs. To see who's going to get pole position. Nobody then is going to opt for the softs and be brave for the soft tyres. Apart from AMS actually is going on the hards. So let's see what AMS can do. As he starts his run, we're not seeing a bit any of AMS tonight, so we'll stay on board. No, can I? No, I don't want to. I just want to get rid of the menu. But... Oh, there we go. First corner for AMS. Looks neat and tidy for now. Okay, sorry about that. AMS now comes to the hairpin. Nice hard compound tyres. Everyone else is still on the route lap, so in fact Jay's just starting his lap now, so we'll go off board from AMS. I don't think he's going to be challenging for pole. Here comes Jay. He's going to be looking for a low 26 in the first sector to be competitive with the likes of the front runners, I'd imagine. Oh, hitting the wall there. I don't think there's any damage, but pushing the limits, that's definitely for sure. 26.5, okay, so that's a decent first sector. He's going to have to make a bit up in the middle, that's a bit wide there. Choose a 4th gear through there, okay. So, I'm not quite sure what time he's going to be looking for in the middle, but so far it looks too good. I want to clip that apex. This is a very difficult section, especially the braking into this hairpin. Opting to stay in 2nd gear, so not using the 1st gear for the rotation. And we'll see what his sector times are compared to others. In the middle, it's a 1 minute 3.8. So I've got his sector time up here. I'll see if anyone else betters that. In fact, Black Phoenix has gone a 10th quicker in the first sector, from what I can see. Jay coming around the last chicanes now. We'll see what he can do. Sambam Kid is purple in the middle sector, from what I can see on my time screens as well. And Leon's gone purple in the first, so we'll watch the end of Jay's lap and then we'll switch on board with Sambam Kid, who looks closest to the edge of the line. Jay runs wide. 36.5, but I believe it's been invalidated because of him running wide. Okay, that's not great, but Sambam Kid looks close to the edge of this end of his lap. He's comes around the final corner, runs out of ERS, and it's going to be a 36.0 from Sambam Kid. Leon's the next to finish his lap, I believe. Leon goes Black Phoenix purple in the middle sector as well. So Black Phoenix looks to be close to the end of his lap than anyone else. See if Black Phoenix can challenge for pole, so we can get the 35s. Looking good so far. Tom AJ goes on to the soft tyres in 2nd place. So he's been playing a part. Black Phoenix goes pole. 35.7. What can Leon do in response? He's 2nd up on his time. So he's going to be looking very close with Black Phoenix, I believe. Goes around the final corner now. It's a 35.4. But it's invalidated. The Black Phoenix at the moment is going to be looking for pole. Unless Jay can go for another lap, which he's not. So it's only Fran that can offer anything. He's 1.3 up on his time. Can he get anywhere near the front row of the race? And it's pole. 34.9 from Fran. That is very, very good time. And he's blitzed the opposition. Fran, you know, he's been on the... it's not been a great time the past few races after his lead, but he's done it Sebastian Vettel style. And he takes pole for the Singapore Grand Prix. by 7/10 of a second. That is a very good time. I think in the F1 esports qualifiers, actually, that would get you, somewhere near a top 5 position, which is very good. In fact, the pole position, I'm pretty sure, was a 34.7. So he's only 2/10 off the esports time. For F3, that is very good. Very impressive, that's for sure. So the grid order is as follows: Fran on pole with a 34.9, very quick time, followed by Black Phoenix in the Williams with a 35.7. Third is Sambam Kid in the Mercedes with a 36.0. Tom AJ, fourth position on those softs, so he's going to have a interesting time of it in the race, hoping to get some positions at the start. And then come the hard runners: Jay, who invalidated his lap; Leon, who invalidated his lap; AMS is 7th on a 37.6. Tuzmoz in 8th. F3 9th, and Brandon and Bretster to not set a time. So it's the McLarens in 5th and 6th that invalidated, that we're watching to come through at the end of the race. We shall see what happens with them. Hopefully this race is fully dry. It could be quite long without, but so now wait for everyone to sort the strategies out before the start of the Grand Prix. 5 seconds to go then, before everyone is ready to start the Grand Prix. What can Fran do off the front row of the grid, followed by the Williams? On the formation that we go then. Warming the tyres up and getting ready, composing themselves for the start of this Grand Prix. I'm assuming Bretster, the only person with the free choice, is going to be on the medium tyres. Okay, interesting. And Brandon going for the medium compound, so they're going to be looking to pull back a bit of time from the back. Hopefully the race pace in this race is a little bit quicker than real life, so it's not lasting 2 hours. Not much to be said on the tyre choice with it being such a small grid. And it's all about Fran at the moment on pole position. What can he do to reinstate his title challenge? Black Phoenix, forever consistent in second place. Sambam Kid, always thereabouts in P3. What can he do today to mount a challenge on Leon's lead that he's got at the moment? Expect to see the McLarens go long. They should hopefully want to sit with the top 3, go long into the race, and then shove on a set of mediums for the last few laps and hopefully try and get themselves into the podium for a good recovery drive. Fran's going to want to pull away at the front ideally, but we'll see what the lap times are like. Overtaking, it's not easy around here, but it's not as hard as Monaco, let's say. It's a high downforce, you need a lot, you need good exits down the back straight. You can obviously overtake on the start finish straight with the DRS, but that is more difficult, and compared to real life, we don't have DRS after the ridge and the hairpin, so makes things a bit more difficult. But as we line up now onto the grid, let's get a nice view of everyone. Let's get rid of the hood for the start of this race, as the Alfa Romeo lines up at the back of the grid to get ready to start this race. There you go then. I can't get rid of all the hood for some reason. I've got no lights either, so I'm going to have to keep the hood on. 4 lights, 5 lights. And we are away for the start of this race. It looks like a good start from Fran. Williams slotting alongside the Ferrari. Tom AJ on the softs, getting a very good start. Goes up to P3. Sunbone Kid on P4. Fran goes off, and Black Phoenix takes the lead off the Grand Prix. Sambo Kid looking to get some positions back. Let's get the hood back on the Alfa Romeo of Brettster's going up to P8 already, so that's a brilliant start from him. But it's Black Phoenix that leads. What can Fran do to challenge back? Anything? It doesn't look like it. Tom AJ in third. Great start on the soft tyres. Sambo Kid in fourth, followed by Jay Fletcher on those hard compound tyres. What can Jay do to hurt the front runners and get some points out of this Grand Prix? But for now, it does look like Black Phoenix has got the initial pace. However, Fran is sticking with quite well at the moment, so he actually does look he's got quite a lot of pace. Tom AJ already looks to be struggling on those soft compound tyres. I know they do overheat very quickly, so we'll see what times they do. Someone Kid goes up the inside and takes the position. Didn't look like he wanted that move, but he went for it in the end, and that certainly worked out. So it looks like Tom AJ is going to be the blockade in this race. Next up to get past him will be Jay Fletcher, so we'll see what Jay can do in getting past. I mean, to keep an eye on this race will be the ERS modes and obviously the warnings and penalties that people need to avoid. Sambo Kid has been getting a few of them in the last few races, which has cost him a lot of points. But we'll see what happens in this race. Jay Fletcher looks all over the back of Tom AJ going through the first section. Can he get down this back straight? There's no DRS available yet, but we'll see what he can do. And actually, it looks like Fran was 2/10, but he's lost a little bit. So we'll go back to Jay because he looks like he's going to be closest to getting an overtake done, unless any of the people further back can do anything. It's not. But Jay is looking very close. Let's get the gap to interval so we can see the gaps. My Jay is telling me that he is 10th behind Sambo Kid, which is definitely not right. So I'm not sure what the deal is there. Okay. Ooh, Jay a bit wide there. So I'll switch back. And there's no moves to happen just yet in this race. It does look like the front runners are getting away somewhat. Black Phoenix and Fran have already got second over Sambo Kid, so he's not going to be getting any DRS unless he can close the gap. But at the moment, it's the Tom AJ train. Look at them all. Everyone down to P9 in this Tom AJ train, from what I can see anyway. And Jay really needs to get past if he wants to sort his race out. 40.9 from Fran in the race. That's not a bad time. Jay running wide again at the last corner, so hopefully he doesn't do that too much, as we've got that's not great camera work there. But we've got Brandon trying to make a move on Leon, who's actually lost a place. He's actually got down to P7 from AMS. I didn't notice that at the start, so that's yeah, not a great start from Leon, the championship leader. And actually it looks like AMS is all over Jay here, so AMS on those hard dump tyres looking alive at the moment. All the train has got to be careful not to hit each other. It does look like the Red Bull should have the best pace at the moment with the medium compound tyres. It's all about Tom AJ causing the trains at the moment, causing a bit of excitement in this race, stopping them all spreading out. And I've got to say, it's got to be, the front runners have got to be loving this. This has got to be the best opportunity for Jay so far. Can I get into onboard mode? Yes, I can. Let's get the hood back up. What can Jay do into the braking zone? Nothing he can do. And he's going to have to sit behind in the final sector. There's no moves to be made in the final sector. What he needs to be doing here is saving the ERS. Put it in 0, none. Tom's not going to be pulling away. He's using a lot of ERS at the moment. Tom a bit wide there. What can Jay do to get past Tom AJ? MS gets a penalty already on lap 3, so that's not brilliant. What can Tom do here to defend against Jay Fletcher? Doesn't look like it's going to be a lot. There we go. J Fletcher up the inside into turn 1. Oh, there's a bit of contact there. As he gets the position on Tom, it's now AMS who's going to be on the back. To next get past Tom, it's just a bit close there. Let's go on board with Mr. AMS. Can he do anything into the braking zone? Oh, I've got rid of this thing again. There we go. Been doing so far. All very close. The Alfa Romeo of Brett Stutt. Looking at the Red Bull. Can he do a switchback move here? And get the run. Brandon goes defensive up onto the inside line. Brett Stutt hits the outside wall there. Hopefully that doesn't incur any damage. AMS now leads the Tom AJ train. That is a hit. And hopefully no wing damage. And again, that's another hit. Brett's got to be careful there. So it's now Tom AJ. I don't think Tom AJ AMS will be able to make a move anywhere in this final sector as Brandon gets a penalty. He does have a lot of ERS, so does Tom actually. Let's have a look at the ERS usage. 70% for Sambam Kid, Fran 90%, and he does look like he has got the pace on Black Phoenix at the moment. So let's go on board with him down the first straight and the back straight, see if he can get anywhere near making a move through the first corner into one, save a bit of the ERS modes. He wants to get a good exit out of this corner so he can get a good swing onto the back straight to make a move. And it's Leon. Leon's in trouble, the championship leader, and he's out. Leon is out. Where is that? I cannot see. That is really annoying. But Leon's out of this race, and that is not great for him. And it's the Alfa Romeo's on the outside of Brandon. Oh, he's still trying to make moves. There's still contact being made. And that yellow flag, I'm assuming, is still for Leon. Tom AJ and AMS has got past Tom AJ in all of this, so I've done really well there to miss everything. This is why I need a co-commentator. But anyway, AMS now makes it through on Tom AJ. B5, Tom AJ getting all out of shape. I think his tyres must be gone, and now he's got Brandon on his outside, and Brett's up the inside. Wow, I didn't see that coming. And Brett's makes, wow, a triple overtake, double overtake there. Now it's Brandon's going to be on Tom AJ. He goes for the wide line, the switchback move onto the straight. He can't get the exit, and he's going to be up into overtake, I'm sure. And he's not. He's not. He's staying zero, so he's staying behind for now. And I need to get into this mode so I can see everything more. Brandon gets very close to the back of Tom AJ again. Tom AJ is causing all sorts of problems in this race for the readers. Let me refresh this page. I can see the chat again. Tom AJ looks to be pitting already. Yes, he is. He's into the pit lane. So that releases Brandon and F3 Antus Muzz. And now I think we could be in for a bit of bit more quiet racing. We've had the first 6 laps of chaos, or first 5 laps of chaos, and now it looks to be a Brett Stutt, although we've got Fran obviously still very close to the back of Black Phoenix. So we'll stay on board with these for a bit. This is looking to be the closest battle. I dare say once Fran does get past, or if he does get past, it does look like he's got the pace on Black Phoenix. But we'll see what he can do. Look at him closing up. There's a nice helicopter cam there. Hopefully this takes us around a fair amount of the lap. But he looks very neat and very composed. He goes for the switchback line through the hairpin. Could do a bit of DRS here like in real life, but fortunately we don't. Sambam Kid in P3 doesn't look like he's got the pace of the top 2 at the moment. And if anything, actually looks like Jay is probably catching Sambam, which is a bit alarming considering he's on the hard tyres, but we'll see how it pans out. Jay is going to go very long compared to the rest of these. It's Fran, again, ever closer around this last sector. And surely he's going to be wanting to make a move soon. Thinking about the pit stops, thinking about the potential undercut like we've seen in real life. I think anywhere from lap 8 onwards could be potential for the pit window to be open here. Potential for Fran to make a pit stop. Let's have a look at the gap to the leader, see where he can slot out. So he would slot out behind Tusmos in a bit of clear air, I think, because it's a very long pit lane here. So if he did pit now, he would get a lot of clean air, but it just looked quite close this time. Unfortunately not close enough. He was in 1 ERS, so he's biding his time at the moment. I think he probably knows he does have a lot of pace behind him. Black Phoenix, again, a bit wide there. But yeah, when he pits, he does have he does have the window for behind Tusmos, so he can get a few clean out laps, and the undercut does work here on the fresh hard tyres, so we'll see how that pans out. But at the moment, these two are definitely in a class of their own. Like Phoenix runs a wide again, gets a better exit though. And Fran just sitting behind and waiting for his opportunity. Field now spreading out a fair bit. Let's go back to the interval gaps so we can see any close battles going along. The Bretts is actually very close to AMS, so we'll go on board with that once they get to the straight. If Fran does not make any moves, which he does look a bit further back this time. 6 tenths is the gap, so we'll go off board for now. I'm going to have a look at Brettster, who is looking very quick considering he started at the back. Medium compound's working quite well for him. Onto the back of AMS, so this could be a move. Can he get close? Tusmos was out. Tusmos is out of the race. I don't know where that will be. It'll probably be at the start-finish straight. Let's have a look with Tom AJ and see where that may be. Will it be around the final corner? Expecting to be on the inside. No. Okay, no. He must have retired in the pit lane or something. But Brettster is very close to the back of AMS, and it's not a move yet. So we've got 2 people out, including the championship leader so far. So this is, this is going to be good. Sambam Kid, only in 3rd position at the moment, but he's going to be gaining a lot on the championship leader. And in fact, he gets, if I'm correct, 10 points for P3. And with the gap as it is, it's 12 points at the moment, I believe, so he'll take that gap right down. Along with Jay. Jay will be closing ever more closer to Leon, his teammate at the moment. But it is AMS who's defending from Brettster at the moment. AMS on those hard tyres. It's doing a good job in P5 at the moment. Looking very comfortable, and in fact, you do now have the Red Bull behind them as well. It's getting company. Fran looks like he's actually made a mistake, because he's lost 2 seconds on this lap, 2.3 seconds on this lap. Let's have a look at sector times. He lost 1.5 seconds in the 2nd sector, according to my app. So a bit of a mistake there. Hopefully there's no damage. Someone Kid makes a pit stop for the medium hard tyres. Hitting lap 8, that's very early, but he's going to go for a bit of an undercut potentially on those leaders, so we'll see what he does. Jay was definitely catching him, so we'll see how that plans out, and we'll see where he feeds out in the pits. I'm pretty sure he will comfortably get into P8, and yes he does. He's got a lot of clean air, so we'll keep an eye on his lap times and see if he has the potential to undercut anybody. So now the only on-track battle will be with Brettster at the moment. Battle for P4 with AMS. Just coming up to a third of the way through the race, the longest race on the calendar. And this race will be up to an hour long, potentially. There being half of the real life race distance. Race of attrition for many. Not going to be getting as hot as the real life drivers. Who knows if this race is in the middle of August, then maybe it'll get a bit sweaty. The fans will definitely be on, but Not so much for them tonight. Can be a workout depending on the wheel force feedback levels or the fingers on the sticks of the pad. Anyway, let's stick with the race at the moment. It's Black Phoenix who leads from Fran 1.6 seconds, so Fran is gaining again. Jay Fletcher's doing a very good job, 4.6 seconds off the lead, but on the hard tyres. AMS 8 seconds, but sorry, Jay is 4.6 off Fran. AMS 8.4 seconds off Jay Fletcher, but also on the hard tyres, so doing very well in 4th position at the moment. Brester has really needed to make a move on AMS, and actually it looks very close this time. He's going to go to the outside on AMS. Is he going to make it around the outside? AMS pushes him wide, as he's entitled to do, but Brester's still on the inside. He's going to go up the inside. Let's go off camera, and he doesn't manage to make the move. AMS, great defending there. But he's still quite close, so let's see if he does anything here. He goes up the inside into the twisty where the triple chicane used to be, side by side with, they're not going to the wall when there's contact. Oh, and AMS is in the wall. That's a bit of front wing gone for AMS. Brester goes through. Can the Renault, Red Bull even get up the inside? He gets a bit of a squirm on the exit, but it does mean Brester does get through. AMS unfortunately getting a bit of damage, so that's going to affect him. The Red Bull now is going to be wanting to get through. That's F3. Because it gets all out of shape on the exit, and that is a bit more front wing. That is Brandon with a bit of wing damage now. He's joined the party with AMS, and that's not gone well for him. He's going to have to make a pit stop. Expect AMS to make a pit stop soon as well. I don't think he'll carry on with the hard tyres, as Black Phoenix and Fran are in. So the leaders are into the pits. Let's see if Fran can jump the Williams in the pit lane. No, he can't. Let's see where they join compared to Sambum Kid, who pit a few laps before. Where Sambum Kid is going down the start-finish straight now. There is the Williams going through turn 1 now. Is that the Williams? No, that is the Renault. So they stay ahead. 2.5 behind. So he has caught up somewhat. Unfortunately, not enough to make any sort of overtake. Let's have a look what's going on in the damage club at the moment. F3 on the back of AMS. F3, is he the one with damage? F3 is not the one with damage, but that is Brendan hitting the wall. And he's definitely got more damage on that Red Bull now. Both end plates are gone. And that's surely his race over. He's going to be going back to the pits. F3 does look like he's got a full front wing, so he now takes spots of best of the rest other than the top 3. If he can get past AMS, unless AMS can nurse this front wing to his pit stops, but they won't be pitting until about lap 20, so it's going to be a long way for AMS to go now. Oh, it's a lock-up as well. He's not going to enjoy the next 10 laps if he decides to stay out, that's for sure. Surely after he's here, he's going to have a much better drive onto the start-finish straight with the extra downforce. Yeah, the DRS is open. AMS does go defensive, but F3 surely is going to sweep right around the outside. And he does do. And that is 3rd position for F3 at the moment. Of course, it will be P5 once the front runners do pit, as Brandon pits with his broken front wing, slotting into P9 at the back. So everyone should be on for points. That does finish this race. So let's have a look at Jay Fletcher. Very quiet in this race so far after getting past the Ferrari of Tom AJ. It's on the hard tyres. We'll be nursing them to his pit window for the mediums, then he can start his attack in the race. Hopefully catching up to the top 2, or top 3, sorry, with Sambum Kid as well. I think he's definitely got the opportunities. He's definitely got good pace, and I think he's definitely got a chance to get on the podium. I think expect him to come out and catch up to Sambum Kid by the end of this race. But we'll see what happens. Black Phoenix now, the net race leader. catching up to some back markers. So we'll see what he has to do about them, a bit like real life. He's going to have to get through AMS with the broken front wing. He's caught him at a bad time. The last sector's not ideal to get through. This could allow Fran to catch up. Of course, Fran is AMS's teammate, so a bit of team games going on here. Fran's got to be loving this. Can Fran get anywhere near making a move on Black Phoenix? AMS very slow through the last corner. Watch Fran. Can Fran do anything about this? Black Phoenix is going to go through. Fran gets the fastest lap. Fran gets past AMS, as I'm sure he let him through as he was his teammate, but that has allowed Fran to close significantly on Black Phoenix. Can he do anything down this back straight then? This is in high ERS mode, so he's not going all out. Oh, and now to 4. The extra Australian speed much later on the brakes from Fran. He makes it a bit hot though, and that is why, and that could very well be a warning for him. I think Fran knows that he needs to get through on Black Phoenix to have any chance of consolidating his race win and hoping that Jay doesn't catch on his fresh mediums at the end of the race. Black Phoenix looking to try and break the slipstream. The next car they are catching is the Red Bull. Now there shouldn't really be any sort of team favouritism in terms of getting through because of unless of course they're friends in real life, but we shall see when they catch them. Be a bit better for Black Phoenix this time, as it's going to catch him and the start finish straight hopefully. Or maybe going into turn 7, I believe it is. As Brett's to pits from P2, so we'll see where he comes out. But Black Phoenix in the fastest lap, so he responds to Fran with a 40.7. And surely Black Phoenix is going to get through into turn 7 down the back straight. As Fran is still watching, still hoping for an incident so he can get through. As Black Phoenix now, F3 goes defensive, but Black Phoenix is going to have none of it, and he's straight round the outside. And now this could hurt Fran quite a bit, and Fran's off. Did Fran get any damage then? Doesn't look like it. I think Fran probably got very close to the back of F3 there, and that's definitely hurt his chances of taking Black Phoenix. As Fran's going to have to wait another lap to get through on the Red Bull. Unless he can do it here. Is he going to go? He's straight into overtake mode. Can he do anything on F3? It doesn't look like he's going to. And he's going to be stuck behind throughout this last sector. The long last sector where it's notoriously difficult to overtake. Okay, on to start finish straight. Black Phoenix, oh, Fran's round, no! Fran, oh, pushing too hard in the dirty air, and that's allowed Sambon Kid through. Fran does get back going again. He's going to lose any more places. Surely his teammate lifts off. Yeah, he does. Yeah, allows Fran to stay ahead, but Fran is going to have very hot tyres now. And surely that is his chance of potentially a podium gone after Jay pits. Let's have a look at the gap to the leader, 30 seconds. Jay is not going to take 30 seconds in the pit lane, so that is definitely Fran's chance of podium gone, unless he can catch back up to Sambon Kid. In regards to Jay, pit lane in real life is supposedly 27 seconds. I'm not sure on the game if it's exactly the same, but with Sambon Kid being at 26 seconds behind Jay, I think he could be in a bit of trouble here once Jay pits. Ooh, bit of Everyone looks like they're struggling on these hard tyres to keep them from overheating and to keep the rear end in contact with the ground. Have a look at the fastest laps. That's where we've got a bit of waiting time. At the moment, Brandon's on for the fastest lap point, but I dare say that will be taken by Jay once he pits. It's definitely Fran and Black Phoenix that are the fastest at the moment. Then Sambom Kid on his 41.1, so he's definitely a little bit off. In fact, Jay Fletcher with his 41.2 is definitely not far off. And let's have a look actually. Now we've got a bit of a quiet bit in the race. Let's have a look at the times that Jay's doing at the moment. So Jay's doing 41.5, 41.4, 41.6, so mid 41s. Let's look at Sambom Kid. See, he's high 41s, so Jay is actually performing what's known as the overcut on Sambom Kid at the moment. Let's have a look at Black Phoenix. Black Phoenix obviously is gaining on Jay Fletcher, so I think Black Phoenix is looking best for the win at the moment. I think Jay could very much get P2 out of this. Unless he can gain the, 10 seconds on Black Phoenix it will be when he pits. Which is possible in the 10 laps. He's going to have to gain a second a lap, but I think it is possible. But this man, ever since he's joined F3, he's been on form. He's had tremendous pace. Some would say a bit too much pace for this league, but after being underperforming in F2, he was moved down, and he's shown why he was put in F2 in the first place, and I'm sure in the coming seasons he'll be back up to F2 or potentially F1, as I'm sure he'll be able to beat some F1 paced people. But a 41.7 that lap, which is very good on 17 lap old hard tyres. Black Phoenix catching very slightly, and shout out to F3 actually, who's still going around in P3 at the moment. Sambom Kids is slowly catching him to retake his net P3. But F3 could be on for a very good result and some very good points. I think this race is a chance for people that don't normally get points to get some good points, so it's nice. Nice to see. AMS 3 second time penalty, sorry. But after his wing damage, I'm pretty sure he's out of this race. From AJ back in the pits again for his second and final stop of this race. I'm sure he's going to drop behind. He's going to drop near AMS. He will drop behind AMS. So that will be the battle for P7. Will be Tom AJ on AMS. We'll see how that unfolds. Jay Fletcher now with the time penalties. Now that could play a crucial role in this race. If he does catch up to Sambom Kid for the podium or second place, I think, he's going to have to get P3, and Sambom Kid will be aware of that because he can ask Jeff the penalty update, and I'm sure he'll keep that in his head, and he'll know that he's got to stick within 3 seconds of Jay, which is definitely easier said than done. A 41.3 for Jay that lap. So he's got tremendous pace still on those tyres. Black Phoenix really is not catching him that quickly. I mean, let's have a look at the time for Black Phoenix this lap. Jay on a 41.3, Black Phoenix a 41.1, so he's only 0.2 quicker. I think Jay is... don't count Jay out for this win so far, but Sambom Kid gets a penalty. So that does allow Fran the opportunity. I mean, I think Fran is catching Sambom Kid back again. So it's not all over for Fran for the podium. I said it might be after his spin, but his pace has been good. And Brett's gets a 5 second penalty for speed in the pit lane. Oh, that's unfortunate. Is Brett's going to have a front wing change here? I believe he is. Yes, he is. That's going to drop him down in this race behind AMS and Tom AJ. As AMS sets the fastest lap. There's a yellow flag in sector 2, and that is Fran again. Fran. On pole position. It's not been the greatest drive, unfortunately. He's had good pace. It doesn't look like he's had any front wing damage, but I think he went a bit too hot into turn 8, I think it's called. That does drop him 7 seconds, I'm pretty sure this time. That probably does drop him out of the podium range, unfortunately. So I think the next sort of overtakes we'll be getting will be someone Kid on F3, who's yet to pit, so hopefully shouldn't make this too difficult for him. As Jay Fletcher pits from the lead onto the mediums, I assume. Yes, it is. So Black Phoenix will comfortably go through into the lead. F3 looks like he's going to be going into the pit lane, so let's see where Someone Kid comes out relative to Jay Fletcher. Look on the left hand side for Jay Fletcher coming out the pit lane. And Someone Kid's through quite comfortably actually, so the pit lane a bit longer in game than in real life. As Jay misses the pit exit there, so I'm not sure what implications that will have in the race, or if you're allowed to do that in this league, but that will be noted. And there's another corner cut from Jay there, which is interesting choice. Up to 5, up to overtake down the straight. He's going to be going. He's hunting Someone Kid down. 2.3 seconds the gap, and surely Someone Kid's going to have no answer for Jay Fletcher. He's going to have tremendous pace on these tyres. As that is everyone now who's made their pit stops, I'm pretty sure. Stops, everyone's made a stop now. So this is it, a race to the end. This is the order that we're going with. Black Phoenix in the lead, Someone Kid in P2 at the moment. Jay Fletcher catching very, very quickly up to Someone Kid. Fran in P4, 5 seconds off Jay Fletcher after the 2 incidents he's had. F3 doing very well in P5. A very, very good result for himself. AMS in 6th. Tom AJ in 7th after his soft start. Brettster in 8th and Brandon in 9th after the wing damage incidents that the back few have had. And obviously the big story of the race, Leon, the championship leader, out on the first stint. Still looking very quick in practice. It's not going to be, but here comes Jay. Very good exit. He's got superior grip on Someone Kid. Is he going to decide to make the move into turn 1? He is. He pulls to the inside, and surely that's an easy move. And there he goes through into P2. And Someone Kid doesn't fight that. He knows he's not going to keep him behind. And now Jay's tasked with 11 laps to catch Black Phoenix. You're going to need a second a lap to do anything. And I think at this rate, he probably will have the pace to do that, but we'll have to see what he can do. Tom AJ picks up a penalty. And we'll remember that gap. So for the first sector split, he is 10.2 behind. We need that to be 9.2 at least on the next lap. But I think he can do that better than the next sector. I think that is the pace advantage he has. You know, I think he's going to be close to 2 seconds a lap faster. I think he's still very much on for this win at the moment. 9.1. He's gained a second in that middle sector alone. He's 1.9 up on his PB. Can he get this to anywhere near 8 seconds by pit stop? I think he will. So I give it to lap 25 until Jay rolls into the back of Black Phoenix, and I don't think Black Phoenix is going to have an answer. To 7.7. He has caught 3 seconds nearly on this lap. It's a 37.9. Let's see what Black Phoenix did on that lap. 41.1 versus a 37.9. So, you know, that's like 3 seconds quicker. And I think Black Phoenix is not going to have an answer to this. Leon had an incident at the start of the race. Didn't manage to catch it on the stream, but he had an incident within the first 5 laps which caused terminal damage to his car. And unfortunately, the championship lead is definitely going to go down at this rate. As Brandon loses the back end of his car in P9, getting lapped by Black Phoenix now. But the story of the race really is after Leon's incident, was Black Phoenix and Fran that led the race from the start. Pulled out a nice lead over Sambum Kid. Jay Fletcher stayed out on the hard tyres in P5 for P4 for a lot of this race. The front runners pit. Jay Fletcher stayed out. Fran had an incident which caused him to go off, and then another incident further on which cost him even more time, which allowed Black Phoenix to get away. Jay has now pit onto the medium tyres and catching at a right rate, and that is how the race was planned out so far. There's a bit of a team intel from Leon. He lost the back end at the final corner and smashed into the wall. A driver mistake from Leon then. That's very rare to see from such an experienced driver. But you know, these things happen from time to time. Everyone makes mistakes. And it's going to be a costly one this evening to his championship lead, unfortunately. As Jay's going to be licking his lips at that championship lead now. Jay Fletcher, if he catches Black Phoenix, let me have a look at the championship standings. So in terms of the driver's standings, Jay Fletcher is currently 16 points off the lead of the championship. So if he wins tonight, he will equal Leon for the lead of the championship. And Sambam Kid currently 12 behind. So if Sambam Kid, this is very unlikely, but if Sambam Kid somehow got second and Jay won, the top three would all be equal on points. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen, but what will happen is Jay, if he wins this race, which is looking likely, he's got tremendous pace at the moment, will equal Leon on points. They will both be on 72 points. Sambam Kid getting 10 will be on 70, so he'll be 2 points behind the lead. Black Phoenix getting the win tonight will be on 70. He's not going to get the win. He's going to get, if he gets second, sorry, he will be on 68, so he'll be 2 points behind. So, you know, very close in the championship after this race. Yeah, it is a very close championship. There's a yellow flag. Sorry, I've missed something whilst looking at the championship standings. And it's Brettster who's out of the race. Where has he gone off? He's gone off down here somewhere. Oh no, he's probably not, because Brannan's a long way behind. And Brettster's off, unfortunately. The strategies were the front three of Sambam Kid, Fran and Black Phoenix all starting on the medium tyres. Jay and Leon started on the hard tyres from P4 and P5. They stayed out longer. Well, Leon didn't because he crashed, but Jay Fletcher stayed out longer. And is currently now on his medium synth while the rest switched to hards. In terms of the back, they all started on a mixture of the mediums and hards. And yeah, as follows. Jay Fletcher now very close to the back of Black Phoenix, and surely it's going to be easy pickings once he gets to him. Lap 23, it's not taking him long. He's closed a 10-second gap in 4 laps as Jay Fletcher. That's 2.5 seconds a lap he's gained on average on Black Phoenix. And I'll expect lap 24, or lap 23, sorry, to be the last lap that Black Phoenix leads in this Grand Prix. Here comes Jay then. I'll start finish rate up into hot lap mode. Closes the gap on Black Phoenix. He needs to get a nice run through here. Nice run through this left-hander. And get as close as he can before the swing onto the back straight now. Expecting to be straight into hot lap mode on the exit. DRS wide open. Here he goes then. DRS open into hot lap, into overtake. Surely Black Phoenix is going to have nothing to say about this. Jay Fletcher goes to the outside. He's going to have to go around the outside of Black Phoenix. He goes for the outside. He gets pushed wide. And Jay Fletcher still up the inside. Black Phoenix still hangs it around the outside. That's the wrong one. Black Phoenix still hands it up the inside, and he defends well. What can Jay do now? He's on the outside. Let's have a look on board. Brilliant defending from Black Phoenix there. How much can he do and how long can he do that for? Surely he's not going to go for the inside. He is. He's going to go for the inside into the hairpin. That is brave. Wow, okay. That is a bold move. I'm sure Black Phoenix won't like that one bit. But he is through. Into the lead. And surely that's the last we're going to see of Jay near any cars the rest of this race. You know, it's a forceful move. But at the end of the day, there was no contact. And he did make the corner. Very bold to get through, but he did do it. What strategy did Jay Fletcher use? Jay Fletcher used, he invalidated his medium run in qualifying, so he started P4 on the hard tyres. He went to lap 19 or 20 on the hards, came out 10 seconds behind Black Phoenix and caught that gap in 4 laps. I dare say that this could be the finishing order of this race. So it will be Jay Fletcher that leads the championship on race wins, I believe. But he'll be equal on points with Leon. Samuel Kidd will be second in the championship, 2 points behind. And then Black Phoenix a further 2 points behind, if I'm not mistaken. But that's me working out on the fly, so it's probably wrong. Fran is actually catching up to Sambam Kids, so that might be a battle to watch for the end of this race. After his many incidents, I'm sure he'd love to get back onto that podium, but we'll see what he can do. He did get pole, so I'm sure he has got pace. We'll watch that 3.2 second gap and see if it can decrease at all. Otherwise I'm just going to have a drink because I've been talking for a long time. Alright then, so let's have a look at this app I'm using at the moment. I'll give you some stats on some of the drivers. Let's go on board with Jay Fletcher, seeing as this is the leader. He has made, when he gets to a straight, I'll tell you some interesting facts. He's made 1,639 gear changes throughout this race. 41% full throttle. I can tell you higher temperatures, but they're not the core temperatures, so it wouldn't mean a lot. Nice little track map as well. But anyway, let's go on board with Fran now after all that. He's definitely catching Sambam Kid. 2.4 seconds now. I do think he's going to be within striking distance towards the final 3 laps of this race. If we had the F1 graphic, striking distance in 3 laps. Overtake difficulty, I'm going to say it's going to be very difficult. With a street track like this, they're all going to be in very similar setups, so I believe he's not going to have a strong speed advantage. His car does look a bit loose though. Going through that final sector, it did look like he had to fight the rear end to keep it attached to the track. But the gap's down to less than 2 seconds, so he's going to be wanting to get into the DRS window. 1.7 now, that's 1.8 again. So it's definitely coming down. I would say he's probably, near or less half a second quicker a lap than Sandbomb Kid. Let's have a look at where Fran is in this championship now. I know he's obviously lost a fair few points, but he can definitely gain on Oogie in this race now. You know, the past 5 races for Fran not been great, but he's definitely pulling it back tonight. He'll definitely close the gap. He's not going to gain any positions, but he can definitely close that gap. Alright then, so this is the only on-track battle we're going to get now. Jay Fletcher extends his lead to 8 seconds. So a very strong drive from him. I think the worries we had about Jay Fletcher's 3-second penalty is not going to matter anymore, looking at the lead he's got. Well, he's definitely not gaining as much anymore, but Sandbomb Kid will still have his worries. Let's have a look at the ERS between the two. They're very similar. Sandbomb Kid using 1 ERS, Fran in 3 around this section, so he's definitely pushing a bit more. And you can definitely tell that he goes losing a bit on the braking there, so he's got to be careful with that. Doesn't want to be hitting any walls at the back end of this race. He's had enough incidents so far, so .5 is the gap. And you can definitely see him, and he's definitely going to be wanting those extra 2 points come the end of this race. He's got 4 laps to do it. 3 at the end of this lap. And he's definitely getting close. As soon as he gets in that DRS striking range, I think he'll definitely have a chance. Well, one going to get the DRS for this lap, that's for sure. But I think for the next lap, so for lap 30 and 31 is going to be the 2 laps where he has the opportunity to make a move. Tom AJ is actually catching up to AMS, like we said earlier in the race. That was going to be the battle for P6, and it is. And AMS actually pit, so AMS looks to be going for the fastest lap point, which is interesting. I'm assuming, let's have a look at the fastest lap point so far. It is Jay Fletcher. So he's going to be getting, actually, he will be getting 17 points in this race, so he will take the lead of the championship, unless AMS can take this point away from him. I didn't notice that. AMS has the penalty. Let's get back on board with Fran and get the, not fastest lap up, let's get the intervals. Fran hits the wall. Some kid's been on those tyres the longest of anyone. 20 laps he spent on those tyres. With Fran and Black Phoenix on 18. Jay Fletcher 11 laps on his mediums. The gap's still 1.2. Some kid's still holding on. You've just got to make no mistakes and not allow Fran to get close enough to get the DRS. It's exactly a second, 1.1 through the DRS detection zone, so he still won't get the DRS. You can have one final push on this last lap to get anywhere sort of near as Brandon goes into the pits as well, so they're both going to be going for the fastest lap, AMS and Brandon at the end, to get that extra point. Oh, and Samoki makes a mistake. That's a crucial mistake. And Fran's all over the back of Sam now. 0.4 of a second, surely. Fran's going to want to go for the move. He's going to be looking at the rear of that Mercedes, and he's going to want it. He goes for the wide line. He goes for the switchback line. It's a decent exit. But unfortunately, like real life, there's not going to be any DRS around this in this area. He's going to have to wait around the final sector. And he's going to have to wait until... Oh, and he makes a move! Oh, that is not good. Oh, that is late braking from Fran. And that's a penalty, and surely that is it now. Did Sam get any damage from that? I don't believe he will have. Doesn't look it. Did Fran get any damage? No, it doesn't look so either. So Fran might still make a move. But he's got the penalty now. And AMS picks up another penalty going for the fastest lap. What will Fran do still? He's definitely pushing, that's for sure. Can he still get into the podium? No, Sam Kid does have a penalty as well, so he might still get a podium if he can make the move. DRS enabled. He's in high deployment mode for overtake mode. What will he do? Will he make a move? He thinks about it. Someone Kid locks up. Oh, and that's contact again. Whereas Soppy at the end, both on the limit, of course, under the brakes. And surely that's it. Sam Kid's tyres are gone. He's all over the place. And Fran surely he's not going to give up on this. Oh, and Frank is the corner, and that's another penalty, and surely that's it now. Surely there's no... Fran's tyres are gone. They're both gone. All the tyres are gone. Sam Kid's got nothing either. He's got no grip. Fran's got no grip. And they're going to come skating across the line. But we best go on board with Jay. Jay Fletcher. He's going to be coming around the final corner now. Unstoppable again. Proving the haters wrong, and Jay Fletcher wins the Singapore Grand Prix. Second position then. He's going to be back Phoenix. Once again, Mr. Consistent he is. P2 in the Williams. Getting his championship back in order. P2. P3 is going to be... I believe Sam Kid. Fran's got no tyres left at all. He's all over the place. Sam Kid comes around the final corner to take P3, and I'm sure he'll be very happy with that. To close the championship lead up. Fran finishes 4th in the end there. F3 is going to come through. Brandon takes the fastest lap point. F3 is going to come through for a solid P5 in this race. And then he'll be very happy with that. Tom AJ, you know, he went for the soft tyre strategy. Unfortunately not working out for him in the race, but we'll still get some points out of it. If I can actually type on my phone, that would be nice. PSGL F3. And get the chat back up. 4th place is for Tom AJ. AMS is going to get 7th, and he's also going to be going for the fastest lap. So we'll see what he can do. See if he can beat Brandon's time. Comes around the final corner now. AMS is going to take P7. Is he going to take the fastest lap with it? I am not sure, but we will find out. There they are then, onto the podium. It's the number 12 car. Is it the number 12? I can't say on the McLaren. But it's Jay Fletcher winning once again in F3. Unstoppable. It's Space, the Champagne, with Black Phoenix alongside him. And Sam Kid taking P3. The championship is going to get very close now, going into the final races of the season. So, confirmation of the final results then. Jay Fletcher takes the win from P5 on the grid. Black Phoenix taking second place for the Williams team. Sambam Kid in P3 in the Mercedes. Fran, after getting pole position, finishes in 4th position. F3 in 5th position for the Red Bull team. Tom AJ finishes 6th. AMS in 7th after his wing damage. Brandon in 8th. Bretster DNF in 9th. Tuzmuz in 10th, also with the DNF. And the surprise of the race is Leon in 11th with the DNF. Did AMS get the fastest lap in the end then? No, he did not. So Brandon gets the point for fastest lap. So I'm sure I'll be very happy with that. And he only just beats Jay to it, so that shows Jay's pace in this race. And surely he's an amount of challenge. On the title, do I do podium interviews or not? That is the question. Do you want to hear from the top 3? Should I invite them? Anyway, don't know what to ask them, but let's do it. Let's get Jay in first. There's an invite to Jay. We'll get back Phoenix in. And then we need Sambam Kid. We'll just wait to see if everyone joins before we start any questions. Wait for Sambam Kid to join now. Come on, Sambam. You know you want to join. Oh, whatever then. We'll start anyway. I'm guessing everyone's got their voice on share and all that lot, probably by now. Okay, so we'll start with some questions. Don't have a clue what I'm talking about, but let's go with it anyway. Jay Fletcher. Win once again. Dominant performance as we're getting used to in F3 now. Qualifying didn't look like as it went to plan on the medium run, but the hard pace was very good. I believe you overcut, Sambam Kid or the likes. So it was very good pace on the hards, and on the mediums you had blistering pace to take that win. So tell us about it from your perspective and what happened in qualifying.
Qualifying, I don't even know what to say about qualifying. Crashed, starting my first flying lap on the hards. I don't know if you would have caught that. But then on the mediums, on my outlap, I get wing damage. So I don't know. Qualifying was a bit of a mare. I didn't have my head screwed on at all. But in the race, the hard pace with practice, as I did practice with you before, I felt the hard pace was really, really good. So I was able to pass Tom AJ, started bridging the gap to Sam before he made the pit stop, and then Fran and Black Phoenix followed in about 5 laps later. But after that, I knew I just had to keep doing consistent lap times, and I was doing 41.2, 41.2, 41.2 every single lap like a robot. Came into the pits on the mediums, got held in the pits like back on the glitch in 2018 where you couldn't release, so I lost like 5 seconds in the pits. I was just stuck there, and I had to pause the game and pause it, and then I got going again, and I was about behind Sam, so I had to lose a bit of time battling with Sam, but I made the pass done quick, and then after that, lap after lap, pushing as hard as I can, caught Black Phoenix, got in a bit of a battle, but then just thought I'd turn into Daniel Ricciardo going into the and over the Anderson Bridge, passed him and was able to make a gap from then and in.
Yeah, it was a was a good move into the hairpin. It was a bit unexpected, but from what I saw, it was very clean and caused a bit of a show for us. That was nice. Obviously, your teammate, not great for McLaren as a whole because he DNF'd, but surely you've got to be somewhat happy with it, closing the championship lead down to, I believe you're equal with him on points now.
I think so, yeah, and it's honestly a blessing in disguise. I think for me as a person, but for the team not so much. I still believe we extended the lead in the constructors anyway, but if Leon would have been there to score the points in the other car, then it would have made it so much better. But yeah, I suppose I can't hide my emotions now about just going on and trying to win the championship now, because I've tried to play down my chances enough, but now I feel like I've got momentum with me. 5 races now down in PSGL F3 and 4 wins, I think, so 3 in a row, and let's go on to the final 4 rounds and see what happens.
Indeed, well, best of luck with that. Next, we have P2 for Black Phoenix. Good result once again. P2 in qualifying, P2 in the race. At the start of the race, you had a good tussle with Fran, both of you sort of pulling away from the front of the pack a bit, which was obviously great for you to see. And then Fran obviously had his own incidents, so you can tell us if you saw anything to do with what Fran did. But yeah, he was just pulling away with your pace, and then obviously had Jay catching you at the end. So describe what sort of happened in your race then, really.
It was a good race. I was surprised to get P2 because I believe Leon invalidated his lap as well in qualifying, so that was alright. Fran was really quick, so that was a good battle. But it's can't. I mean, I think my downfall was the last sector in Singapore, so I just had to really be on the edge of getting exceeding track limits on that corner, because it's quite a fast one. But it was a good race. I mean, I think he caught me by 3 seconds a lap at one point, and I was a bit surprised, because I was like, if he catches me 1 second a lap, I might have a chance. But I see it just dropping on him.
Yeah, I think he hit about 20, was it? And by like 24, the 10 seconds was gone.
Yeah, it's a long race.
Yeah.
So it was a tough race, but the only thing I saw with Fran, I believe it was when F3, when he was trying to overtake F3, and I just saw him spin and I looked behind, but he might have been able to beat me, like if it wasn't for his penalties and he didn't spin. But overall, it's a good race. It was a very tough race as well.
Very consistent once again to get onto into P2. Finally then, Sunbound Kid into P3, getting back on the podium. You've obviously closed the championship lead a bit more on Leon as well and Jay. It was a bit of a quiet one. You didn't seem to have the pace of the top two, but apart from that, with a bit of Frank catching you at the end, it looked like you both had no tyres left. You were both sort of skating around the last 2 laps.
Yeah, tyres were shot. I was on 60%, overheating. I don't know how I overheated the hard tyres. But yeah, it was pretty boring. So quite surprised with P3, but I'll take it.
Yeah. In regards to you all, I think the championship's very close between most of you. If I go through the championship, obviously Jay's equal with Leon now. I think, Sam, you're 2 points behind, and I'm pretty sure Black Phoenix isn't far behind either. So what do you think you're going to achieve by the end of the season?
I think Jay's going to win it personally, and then Leon, and it'd be hopefully P3 for me, but we'll have to wait and see. I'll probably bottle.
Well, we shall see. Going into the next race then for everyone, USA, obviously a favourite track for many, and a lot of the twisty, more technical corners. So it should be an interesting race. What do you like the track? Do you think you're going to do well there? What are you expecting? Starting with Jay.
Sorry, I didn't really hear you.
USA. What what are you expecting?
Oh, right, yeah. USA, well, it's a bit of a bad track, innit? It just is. So, I don't know, I thought that about Singapore going into it, and look how it turned out. So, obviously, I think now I've just got to aim high, make my intentions clear, and get back up into the big leagues now, I think.
Indeed. And Black Phoenix?
Well, I prefer it to Singapore, but it's very difficult not to get a penalty around there. But overall, I think it's an alright track for me. I mean, I think Singapore was one of my worst, but surprisingly, I was actually quick at it. But USA will be interesting.
And I think I know what Sam's going to say, but you can say it anyway.
Well, it's my worst track anyway.
Oh
Okay,
yeah.
one of them.
Oh yeah. Okay.
My worst track. Expecting a podium at the very best.
The very best. Okay. Well, make of that one as you want, but yeah, that is it for the Singapore Grand Prix. You should hopefully be back with your main commentators next week, or I'll be standing in once again. But hopefully it's been enjoyable. The race was good, apart from a dull bit in the middle, but plenty of action anyway. And we'll see you next time in USA.